Hi guys, it's been quite a while since I uploaded a video. I've been so busy in the past year, but I've also been very sick lately. During the last few months, I've been dealing with extreme fatigue, exhaustion. I could barely make it out of bed most days. Headaches, hair loss, and a little bit of weight gain. Needless to say, I haven't felt like myself, and my world's been turned upside down very slowly. And that is why I am considering taking out my implants. I've had breast implants ever since I was 21 years old. I got them 7 years ago, and I thought that they would make me happy. I thought they would make me look better, and I was married to my ex-husband at the time, and he really encouraged me to get them. And he told me that would make our, love life spicier. And anyway, it was before I had kids, before I became Diary of a Fit Mommy, before any of this. It was just me, and I got them because I felt very insecure about myself. And everywhere that you see on social media and in magazines, everyone has these big boobs, and here I am. I had just lost 50 pounds, and so I had these tiny deflated breasts, and I wanted to feel feminine again. So I made my appointment, and I got 400cc silicone gel implants placed in through the armpit. There's no scar, and I went on about my life. I was excited, I was happy, this new confidence. Fast forward about a couple years later, I started noticing things. My anxiety was increasing, my depression was increasing. I was getting tired more often, but then again, I had just had a baby. I remarried and I had a baby, and I thought, okay, this is probably just the new life of being a mom. You're tired all the time, right? So I went about my business. I would take blood. I would take my blood test time to time to just check my iron, which I was always like borderline low. However, everything was always normal. So I was like, okay, maybe this is just how life is. So I went about, and a few years later, this past year, things just started getting worse and worse. My mood swings was worse. My hair was falling out and still falls out in clumps. I have headaches every day now. I sleep about 12 hours a day, and even around 11, I sleep from like 8 p.m. to like 8 a.m. in the morning. And whenever I wake up, I'm exhausted, and I'll take about a 2-hour nap around 11 a.m. So I'm sleeping for most of the day. It's hard to get out of bed. And, I talked to my husband, and we're just like, look, I'm 29 years old. There's something wrong. There's something not right here. And so I would go test after test. Everything came back normal. My thyroid was normal. I had no answers from all the doctors that I saw. And it was just like, what am I going to do? What is wrong with me? There's got to be something wrong. And a friend of mine told me about breast implant illness. And at first I was just like, okay, this is stupid. This is very hippie. Like there's no proof of this, because I was a nurse and I like to see factual data. I want to see proof that yes, this is what is causing this. However, the more and more that I researched breast implant illness, I realized that, it could be what's going on with me. Many of these women have reported the headaches, have reported the weight gain, have reported the, constant fatigue, dry skin, poor vision, hair falling out. I mean, you name it, all these women, even rashes, these women have been experiencing. And so I joined this group on Facebook called Breast Implant Illness by Nicole, and it has over 50,000 women in this group who have all gone through the same thing. And upon taking their breast implants out, they said that they felt so much better. And so I started thinking, could it be my breast implants? So I started doing my research. And prior to getting my implants, I knew I wanted silicone because saline supposedly could pop easy or whatever. However, I didn't even think to look up the ingredients. So let's check out some of the ingredients in silicone. Let's see, there's formaldehyde in silicone, which is used to embalm dead people. There's acetone, which is in nail polish. Lacquer thinner, there's mercury, which is a heavy metal, platinum, tin, freon, arsenic, which is basically rat poison, copper, lead, and titanium, just to name a few. I used to think that silicone was just silicone, but silicone implants is a lot of things, including heavy metals and poisons. So the more I dug and the more I read, I realized that the heavy metals and the stuff inside of the breast implant can actually cause a multitude of autoimmune disorders and basically mimic a lot of those. So no matter how many tests I was getting from the doctor, everything came back normal. However, this stuff was just leaching through my body, and I felt like I was being poisoned over time. And they say, it can't get into your system, it's safe in there in its little packaging and its shell, but that's not true. The silicone can leach through the implant and into your system. So over time, it is like you're getting poisoned. And so I've set up a consult on October 5th with the surgeon who actually put my implants in to talk about explanting, which is taking them out. I've had them for 7 years, and they need to be replaced every 10 to 15 years, so my time is almost up anyway. But if this is truly what's causing my issues, I don't want to continue like this. I don't wish this upon anyone. This has been terrible. I can barely work, I can barely work out, I can barely focus. My brain fog is so insane, I can't even focus anymore. My concentration is weak. The bad thing about breast implant illness is that there's no way to test for it. It's just a collective group of symptoms that women with implants have been having. The FDA is just now planned to meet next year and to discuss the safety concerns on implants. It took them forever to do that because they like to say, no, breast implants are safe. But you gotta think about it. Breast implants are $1 billion industry. Okay, think about how long it took the tobacco industry to finally admit that caused cancer. It took them years upon years and years of denial. And finally, people started linking this product to cancer. So guess what? Women are finally starting to link their breast implants to their illnesses. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm waiting for my consult. I am nervous. I am terrified. One, I haven't had a surgery since I put the implants in, and two, I'm afraid of what I'm going to look like after the surgery. But you know what? No matter how I look, it's not worth feeling like a zombie. It's not. It's affected my marriage. It's affected my life as a mom because I'm so tired. I can't even play with my kids. It's affected a lot of things. So I'm ready to take control of my life and to get my health back to where it needs to be, because it sucks. It sucks feeling this way. And, I wish I could go back and tell myself I didn't need the surgery and that I was fine just the way that I am. But these health problems are no joke. And other than the health problems, a couple of other reasons why I want to get them removed is because, the health problems, and then one or two, my ex-husband was the one who, he didn't force me to get them because it was my decision, but he influenced me to get them. And, by getting rid of them, it's kind of like that last piece of him just gone. And lastly, I want my daughter to grow up and to love herself. And I want her to love her body. And the best way for her to do that is by seeing a mom who loves her body, her own body as well. And I got my implants before I had kids. I had no idea I would ever have a daughter who emulated me. And I remember being a little girl and I looked at my mom's breasts and they were big. And I had nothing, as a teenager. And I always asked her, I was like, how are your breasts so big? Did I just not get blessed? Did I skip that cool gene or what? And she would say, no, they're real, until my dad told me that they were fake. And I realized that she lied to me. But I don't want my daughter to ever compare herself to me and ask herself, why don't I look like mommy? I don't want her to feel any less of a woman or person. So there you have it. Those are my reasons for considering getting these out. Like I said, my appointment is in a couple weeks. And I will make another video and update you guys on how that goes. So thank you for taking the time to listen to all this, and I appreciate you all. Thank you. Bye.